Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube Dragon Ball tier list. I am joined here for the final one, Dragon Ball Super, by my Z Fighter in Arms, Major Rage. How you doing, bud?
Doing great. Proud to be here.
Time to finish this bad boy off, right?
Home stretch, man.
Home stretch. That's right. All right. Well, we are going into the revitalization of the Dragon Ball franchise, and we are going to be going into uh, Dragon Ball Super. So, are you ready to do this?
Ah, yep, let's get to it. Excited to talk about Super. It was great to see Dragon Ball come back, and I feel like it, for the most part, gave us quality content.
That's right. And it also gave us copy Vegeta.
Ah, yes.
All right, let's get into it. I would say let's not talk about the movies here. I say let's talk about the sagas.
Okay.
So, because obviously the God of Destruction and the Resurrection F sagas, there were sagas and then there were movies. So, what was the God of Destruction movie called? Why am I forgetting this?
Battle of Gods.
Battle of Gods. That's right. Man, it's been so long, I just forgot. But yeah, we're talking about the anime. We are not talking about the movie. We can try not to compare to the movies. Like oh well, they did this better here and this better here. So we kind of have to try to cut the movies out and go off
Hmm.
of the anime. It's kind of what I want to do. So and if I forget and sometimes I can forget what's the difference between the movies and the anime. But all right, so the God of Destruction arc, or the God of Destruction Beerus arc. I felt like this saga for me did more service than the movie. I'm not saying the movie was bad. I actually really enjoyed the movie for what it was, but I felt like this going into a 13 episode arc or maybe 14 episode arc, I believe, really was really well done, and it expanded upon not the filler, but it expanded upon the parts of the story that needed to. It made the fight a little bit longer and more. It felt a little bit more like a epic encounter. I felt the well. See, now I'm comparing to the movie, so you got to stop me. But I really felt like the fight was very good. The battle was in a very Dragon Ball fashion where Goku got this power. And I like how he realized I didn't even really acquire this power. We got a lot of the same revelations about Pan also becoming a and Gohan becoming a father, which was an amazing, in my opinion, was an amazing moment. And
Hmm.
the voice actor for Gohan sold that very well.
Oh,
Um,
Kyle Hebert did such a good job with that scene.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed a lot of that. And it was just it was kind of a sitcom moment for me. Like where it's like, but it was good sitcom. You know what I mean? Like it
Hmm.
was like you get this life altering event that happens in the middle of an episode when in the middle of something going on that's major. It's not just a filler episode where she's like, oh, by the way, I'm with child. Like the only thing that I will put against it is, and this is all around, is the fact that they use the baby to gain like they're very fast and loose with the rules on what is it five Saiyans to
Five pure-hearted Saiyans.
pure-hearted Saiyans, and it's like
It's
okay,
like,
first off, there's Vegeta, he's
yeah.
in that group. Let's be real. And like yeah, like so that whole convoluted thing, I'm not opposed to that, but at the same time they just end up unlocking it later on anyway as a normal power up, a normal transformation. They don't need the five pure-hearted Saiyans to make Super Saiyan God. So I don't like the way that turned out. It was cool for that one time, but I think it's diluted by all of a sudden Goku being able to do Super Saiyan God and Vegeta being able to do Super Saiyan God later in the series. But for this in particular, visually it was amazing in my opinion. It made it feel like a fresh transformation
Hmm.
that I really could dig. And I'm sorry, I know I'm going on and on and on. So
No,
Mage, go ahead and take over from here before I gush too much.
um, no, I agree with just about everything you've said. The God form is awesome, but it kind of cheapens it by them being able to just activate it on their own later. Goku, I could believe more because he kind of absorbed it into himself at some point. They say, especially in the anime, I believe they didn't even have that line in the movie. But Vegeta acquiring it just from training with Whis, I'm not sure about that. Even though I do dislike it when only Goku gets a power or
I
ability.
actually I do want to say though, like I do like the fact I'm okay with the fact of them learning how to use God Key with Whis, but
Hmm.
like them just learning how to transform. I don't know. It just because in the manga didn't no. I guess Goku did train with Whis by the time he started because he started using the God form in the tournament, I believe. Like the next time we saw it was in the tournament in the
Yes,
manga. That's in the manga though. I think we saw the God form. The next time we saw the God form in the anime was in the Tournament of Power.
I think he showed it to God, now I'm blanking on his name. The Universe 6 Saiyan in the Universe 6 tournament.
Yeah, that was in the manga.
I thought he did that in the anime too. I
I don't
haven't read the manga of the old stuff. I just started at Moro.
wait. Who did the transformation?
Vegeta in front of.
No. Mm-mm. Vegeta's first time doing the Super Saiyan God was in the movie in anime form.
Oh,
Vegeta's first time using God form in the manga was in the uh, Zamasu fight.
okay.
I sorry, I know I've
No, it's all good. I should really read the manga issues of the
I know that
old
I know
stuff.
that Goku shows or either uses or shows hit in the tournament the Super Saiyan God form, and that's the first time that showed back up. But I don't know. I'm like, yeah, it cheapens it. I agree with you. It cheapens the so I don't know. Keep going. I'm sorry. I mean to interrupt you.
No, it's all good. Do we want to talk about the production issues and just the quality of the animation in some of the episodes of this? Or do
We
we wanna judge
can.
it on the content?
I
I feel like we've judged everything else by just its content.
Yeah, I mean, I don't for me personally, like I get it that there's issues with the animation, but like if one episode's bad, it doesn't bug me. You know what I mean? Like I get it. It was bad. Like I'm not sitting here saying it wasn't bad. Like it was bad animation in episode 4. But I did like the build up a little bit better
Mhm.
in this because obviously there was a little bit more to it. Goku actually, I believe he got to actually go through all the transformations, didn't he?
He
Like
showed
in
Yeah, he tried them all in the anime against Beers, so it played Beers up more. It
well,
did a
and plus
better
it
job of jobbing him.
well, and on top of that, it actually it because Goku uses that technique several times. He doesn't Goku usually does not just pop off into a top form and go after him. Like even against Jiren, like he
Mhm.
starts at Super Saiyan, goes Super Saiyan 2, then he hits God, I think he skips 3, I
He
think.
skips 3 these days because
Yeah,
of the
he
stamina
goes to
drain.
God and then he goes into blue. So this is a at this point this is a typical Goku trope where it's like he's kind of building up his transformations. Even in the Buu saga, I think he did that. Like he did that with Majin Buu. I think he started with Super Saiyan 2, and then he went into 3 in
Yeah,
the
that
final
whole
fight.
show off moment. Well,
Hmm?
he showed it off to Fat Boo initially when we
Yeah,
first
but
saw
I
it.
think in the final fight with Kid Buu, I think but then he do that. He started off with like Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, and then he eventually got into Super Saiyan 3. Like he didn't just start off in Super Saiyan 3.
Right, he did his
So
usual build up.
yeah, so
That's just part of his tactic to try to use the least power output to finish the job.
yeah, he's very energy conservation minded, key conservation minded. All right. So, any other points you want to bring out? I mean, you can talk if you want to talk about episode 4 and the anime. or in the animation. That's fine. I mean, if that's a thing that really irks you, definitely get it out there. Vent your griefs. But for me, if the whole arc looked like that, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have a big issue with it. But if it was one episode, and I get the production issue where it was like episodes were being like done like only what a couple weeks before they were airing, even
Mm-hmm.
less than that.
And these are tired animators. They did the Dragon Ball Battle of Gods movie, then they turned around and did a One Piece movie
Yeah.
too, and they were just understaffed and exhausted. So you can understand why, at least I can. And sure, we watch Dragon Ball for the action, but isolated incidents of subpar animation, have been there since the beginning. That's just a function of hand drawn animation, and
Hmm.
I'm willing to put up with that to see more hand drawn animation because I prefer it to Flash style or CGI.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but look, see, one of the biggest ones that irk me is like the two episodes of the Cell Saga when Goku's fighting Cell and the one that's beautifully animated, and then they go down to this like really like I don't know, like I know it was two teams drawing it because it was just so
Oh,
bl-
that one Goku Cell episode is just
it's
chef's
amazing.
kiss. It
Oh
is.
yeah.
It's might be the best animation in the entire original Z run.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying like that I notice and that bugs me a little bit because I'm like, "Oh, why couldn't you just do the whole fight like that and then kind of crap out on it?" Because you don't get to see animation like that. If I believe you don't get to see animation like that again until the Cell Juniors, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the final episode, like the final, push, like the final two episodes of Cell and Gohan fighting. The rest of it, I think, is just kind of that kind of flat undetailed. I don't know what to call it animation, but still. Anyway, not talking about the Cell Saga, but if it's like just one episode and it course corrects, I'm okay with it. So, all right, are we gonna rank this bad boy?
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm thinking Krillin.
That's yeah, Krillin. Krillin all the way.
Okay. I think it was solid. A solid I
Mm-hmm.
still think this saga did have growing pains because it was just coming back. Like, and so I feel like
Mm-hmm.
but I felt like it met those growing pains with with the criticism, and they took that criticism. It just took them a little bit to get past it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like integrate the criticism because now we're going to go into arguably probably one of the worst sagas in Dragon Ball. Well, it is in my opinion, but the Golden Frieza saga or Resurrection F saga, as some people call it. This to me, you go ahead, Mage. You go ahead and start with this one. I'm not trying to hog all the first times.
Um, the anime interpretation of this didn't do it for me. Um, just there's one part I like about the anime, uh, especially of this. I liked the Ginyu coming back. I thought the Ginyu Frog coming back was hilarious. I always liked Ginyu. I think the extra fight was really good. Uh, just adding depth to it instead of it being a straight rehash. But then you get to all the problems. Not the least of which is the ending, the resolution. Whis undoing everything. It's just let's take away all stakes. And Whis has a full blown time reset.
Yep.
Just it's bad. The Golden Frieza transformation is cool, but going back to the same old, oh, there's a stamina drain, a caveat to a form.
It's the same. It's super. That's the crutch they used with Super Saiyan 3. Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
stamina drain's incredible.
It's yeah, it's just why would I don't know. It seems repetitive. It was fresh off the heels of its movie. You know, it so it didn't have that oomph, the fusion and the hitting them in the nuts joke, and that didn't do it for me. But I don't really dig most of Gotank's shenanigans, anyways. Uh,
God, I completely forgot about the Gotenk shenanigans. Like I
yeah,
completely forgot that was in there.
I'm glad I reminded you of it. Not remembering it might have made you put this one too high.
No, but okay. So I'm gonna. I do want to pull out two things that I really liked. Um, well, a backdoor like, well, a like, and then a backdoor hate. First off, I did like the Ginyu stuff. I did like the fact they did some backstory on how Frieza got so powerful. It was very lazy for them to be like, "Oh, Frieza, you just trained for 3 months and then you came running back here once you mastered a new or you got a new form. You didn't master it." Okay, we get it. Like Frieza's impatient. Frieza thinks that he's all that in a bag of potato chips. I don't think Frieza's that stupid. I really don't think Frieza's that stupid. I think he's arrogant, but I don't think he's that stupid.
And I mean, this
Um,
is the third time. I mean, he would be setting up for a third time to get his ass kicked by Goku. And I mean, he rushed back in after them right after getting his robot body. And, look where that got him. It got
yeah.
him stuck in the cocoon being, with the parade of plushies all the time.
One thing I will say about this saga is that it is definitely worth suffering through for what happens later in Super with Frieza.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is
Yep.
definitely good setup only because it exists for what happens later in Super. Although you could have written around that too. You could have just said, "I've been down here training in hell, and now I am ready to. Now I have uncovered a new form or something." I don't know. Frieza could figure something out. The other thing I liked is Vegeta just totally fucking romple stomping
Yes.
Frieza.
I
Like
can't.
like Goku's just playing around with him, and Vegeta's like, "No, bitch. Like I am done fucking around, and I
It's
am doing this."
It's the inverse of when Frieza just stomped a mud hole into him on Namek. I mean, kidney punch, kidney punch, kidney punch.
Right? And but then that brings up one of my biggest dislikes is the fact that yes, the reset was bad and I did not like it. But then freaking Goku gets the W.
Yes, I hate it when they just give Goku every W. I mean, after he let himself get taken out by a ring laser.
Yeah, a ring leads. And I get it. Like that I'm okay with that only because A, Goku's stupid. Like it's like the heart virus. Like Goku, why are you having the heart virus when you had an antidote? And I think Team Four Star addressed this. He's like, "Oh, I just didn't take it." Like, why
Oh,
are
he
you
didn't
having the
like
heart?
it. It was grape flavored.
Yeah, like so Goku getting lasered in the back, I was fine with. I'm like, you know what? That's the stupid shit Goku would do. Like that is the stupidness that would happen with Goku. So and I mean I get it, like you're like, oh, he shouldn't be able if he's not expecting it, because we have to also think of physics. It's a laser. If he's not expecting it, he doesn't have his aura up,
Mm-hmm.
then
You're right.
technically there's nothing blocking it from going through him. His technically his body's not made of steel. He just has an
No.
energy aura that protects him.
Mm-hmm.
So if that aura is not up, he is just as susceptible to as any human being. I know people think that he's impenetrable, but it's like, no, like
No,
he's
it's
still.
basically key armor right on his skin.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, no, that made a lot of sense, and I'm glad it kind of nerfed Goku because I was like, all right, I'm done with Goku. And that so when Vegeta came in, I was so happy. But then they go back and then they just destroy any
Robs his
redemption.
win. Yes.
Also, I said in the past that I am a fan of adult Gohan, and I am, but this saga did absolutely
Did him dirty.
nothing. Yeah, like they completely degraded Gohan in this. Just to, and I'm sorry. Like I don't I understand maybe Gohan could not defeat Golden Frieza, but it wasn't even Golden Frieza. Like I
No,
would have.
regular Frieza, he did more damage against regular Frieza as a kid than he did as an adult.
Yes. And that's one of the things that I'm just pissed off about. And I'm like, the more I think about it, the more pissed off I get. But as I said, I mean, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I can understand maybe if like, okay, Frieza started to fight Gohan, and then he had to go into his golden form to beat Gohan. That would have been better. But it's like now it's like no, even his what was it his perfect? What is it? Was it his final form or what is his original form that he beat Gohan in?
I think it was at least the final form, the sleek one without the armor.
Might have been
I,
okay. I honestly I don't remember, and I'm not gonna lie because it's just very forgettable. So yeah, there's definitely I want to put this one in Yamcha, although it does have some cool moments. I cannot put it any higher than Tien Shin Han. I might I put a flag on the play if
yeah,
if we do,
no,
but I'm pretty sure you're not putting it above
I
Yamcha either.
Yamcha, Yamcha.
Oh well, we kind of
Uh,
wish we didn't watch it.
bunch- oh
All
yeah,
right,
I didn't bother. I just seen the movie. I didn't need to watch that.
even the movie though, even the movie was it
No,
had a lot
that's
less, so like that was better, but still, it's like why? Even the movie had didn't have like was kind of a silly thing. Okay, so the Universe 6 saga, which I'm just going to consider like the Universe 6 arc, the tournament and everything like that.
hmm
I'll let you start with this one too if you want. I've kind of been hogging a lot of the firsts, so
um I I like this one. I like it pretty well. I don't love it, but I like it a lot. I love tournament arcs in any anime. I mean, and Dragon Ball is the progenitor of the tournament arc, and I it was the format not being a normal bracket format was interesting. I think it was a brave choice, but it set up for too much uh just too much Goku hogging the spotlight, especially when he got reinstated back into the fight.
yeah.
Uh, but cool character designs introduced us to new Saiyans, the Universe 6 Saiyans, introduced the Metal Men. Hit is an awesome character. He's got a cool voice no matter which dub you're listening to. Matt Mercer is great. Great, great, great as Hit in the Funimation dub. Uh, the Toki Tabashi is a really cool move, I think. I like that Hit's more about techniques than raw power. And I feel like, that's something that, maybe the anime isn't doing as well as the manga is at focusing on techniques and, kind of going back to the roots of Dragon Ball. Um, but no, Frost is really cool too. Yet again, another point I gotta say the English voice acting on is just impeccable. I mean, they got they got Chris Ayres' brother
Hmm.
to come and voice him, and I just I really enjoyed this one, but it had its problems. Cheeto, what do you think?
I mean, I enjoyed it. It's a tournament. It's more of a what is it? What not a tournament. It's more of a like Survivor Series type where it's
Yeah,
like you have you have two people fight and then that person can fight and until and they don't leave until they lose. So which is fine. I'm okay with different styles of tournaments, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the end of Super,
hmm
that tournament because I actually got a couple controversial thoughts on that one. But I actually enjoyed this. It was like you just keep on going per team and then until you go. And I just love the fact that I love I wanted I was okay with Goku beating Bogamo, but
yeah.
Bogamo something like that. Winnie the Pooh. Uh, I was okay with that. Um, I was glad. I think the next was Frost. Frost was number two. I was okay with Goku getting outsmarted. I mean, again,
hmm
like I'm okay with them nerfing Goku, and then again you get Vegeta to come in, and I'm like, okay. So Vegeta comes in. He or no, I'm sorry, Piccolo comes in, and he beats Frost. No, I'm sorry. Piccolo gets beaten by Frost, which I thought was a travesty. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Piccolo would have noticed that sneakiness initially. He wouldn't have gotten fooled by something like that. He's the tactician, and they made a point of bringing that up only to have him get taken out by something stupid.
Yeah.
I thought the charged, the moving while charging the Makanko Sapo was great. I think that was really cool. Um, but no, Piccolo getting taken out so early on made me mad. And then when he didn't take his opportunity to get reinstated and just pass the fight on to Goku, just
Yeah. I
just
see that's why I was like they turned Piccolo into the Yamcha of the tournaments. You know what I mean? Like there was just
yeah,
no like he got just nerfed in the worst possible way. Um so I was really upset about that. And this would have been a good way to like because this would have been a good way to give Piccolo some shine and because he didn't even really stand too much of a chance either, and it kind of made me mad. Maybe have a good fight between Magetta and Piccolo. You know,
yeah.
uh, and I feel like I mean, remember, like some of the best fights in the Frieza saga was Piccolo versus Frieza in his second and third
Hmm.
form. So
Yes.
so yeah, so I almost forgot about the Piccolo stuff. I mean, but there were some really cool designs. The ending was okay. And I skipped right over Vegeta. Vegeta getting nerfed by Hit. I'm actually not a huge fan of Hit.
Okay.
He's a good character design, a good concept, but just the way they use him just is so I almost want to say contrived. You know what I mean? Like it's just like again, Vegeta's smarter than that. You know what I mean? Like this is the guy that figured Jiren out way before Goku did, and now he just can't figure out. He just
Well,
can't figure out the hits thing.
well, maybe him figuring Jiren out is some character growth, him
Yeah,
learning
maybe.
to, because this early Super Vegeta, he still likes to kind of charge into a fight, kind of
Yeah,
full blast at least.
yeah.
But
Well, but I did like the fight with Vegeta and Magetta. Vegeta just romple stomping. Um, Vegeta just romple stomping. Frost, and then Uh, oh, and the Kaba stuff. Very, very good.
Kaba, that's his name. Yes,
Yeah, the
I
Kaba stuff.
I like that Vegeta kind of decides to take a pupil.
And
You know,
in a Vegeta sort of way too.
right?
Like it's
He's like, oh, I don't like this, but inside he's beaming. He's like, I say it, I get to be all, I do what a prince should do.
yeah, I really enjoyed the Kaba stuff and I want more of it. I'm sorry, like even in the Tournament of Power later on, there's just so much good stuff with the like with that. So yeah. So I'm gonna move to put this one at uh, God, Tien Shinhan.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I could go it or Krillin, but Krillin's crowded.
Well, it's not just that. I think I mean that's for me. Like I have some other issues with it, and I mean, maybe if we ever do like an in depth on the saga, we can maybe talk about. I'll watch it again and take some notes.
Hmm.
But all right. So this is a filler saga, in my opinion. Honestly, I don't even know if you consider it a saga. The Copy Vegeta saga, and I'm just gonna say right now that I liked a lot of this saga. I did not like when Goku showed up. Surprise,
Right.
surprise. Because then it just became the Goku Vegeta, like Goku fights Vegeta again. The funniest thing, and I'm sure you were going to mention this, I'm going to steal this from you. I'm sorry. But
No,
the
go for it.
funniest thing is that they brought the original Vegeta actor back to voice copy Vegeta, and it was amazing. Like, that was a selling point for that
Oh
episode.
God, I mean, I almost want to give this one two rankings. The original dub I mean, that's how much having Brian Drummond come and do the voice. I mean, like just that iconic early. I mean, didn't they even change the line to make him say "other dimension"?
And what?
Other dimension. What they used to do on
Oh,
the ocean dub, they would
yeah.
say instead of hell, they said other dimension. And he would pronounce it like that, not to mention dimension.
Dimension. Dimension. Anyway,
Um,
so I don't want to spend too much time on this one. I did enjoy the fact that it mostly focused on Goten and Trunks and Monaka and was it Jocko? Who was the, there was somebody else in there, wasn't
there
there?
was Chaco, yeah.
So I really like the fact I like the fact that this was a good like and even that Vegeta was there. I didn't care that much that Vegeta was there because he was more of a plot device than he was more of a plot device than he was like there to fight. And I
Right.
hated the fact that they brought Goku in the last episode or two to fight Vegeta again. I think it would have been a better arc if they would have had Trunks fight copy Vegeta, and it would
Yes,
have
he had to
been
beat up his dad.
and he has to conquer his dad or a copy
Yeah.
of his dad. I think that would have been a great arc for Trunks. And even if you want to have Goku or Gohan and Goten and Trunks team up to do it, I'd have been okay with that. But I really feel like this was a good moment for like you have Go Tanks, and it's like, but the typical fusion shit. They
Mhm.
do it, and then it wears off, and then and then of course they're individual. And this would have been a good short saga where Trunks could have came out and been like, "No, he's my father. I know him. Because he trained with his dad all the time, so he
Mhm.
would know how to. Even though he's not stronger than Copy Vegeta, he knew how to beat Copy Vegeta." Because Vegeta, that copy Vegeta, didn't he have like all of his memories and all that other stuff? So he would have known like and Trunks trained with his dad since he was little. So I think that would have been a great opportunity to give Trunks some shine, like bait, like Kid Trunks to some shine and Super. And instead, no, they just passed the buck to Goku because it's got to be a Goku versus Vegeta battle.
Are we putting the baseball episode in this one since we're I mean, are not just it was part
Was
of
this
those
the
kind of
baseball? No,
breathers.
this wasn't baseball. That was after the Trunks saga, wasn't it? Hold on.
Oh,
Episode 70. Yeah, it's after the Trunks saga. So the baseball
oops,
episode was after that.
later. It's part of the pre-tournament of power breather.
Yeah,
Got it.
which we can
Okay.
talk a little bit about.
We'll get
But
there.
with this one, I want to move for Krillin for this one just because I like the fact, but I want to settle on Tien Shinhan just because it boils down to another Goku Vegeta nonsense. So I don't. I mean, where do you want to put it? I'll kind of.
I wouldn't put it at Krillin because I mean I think our desire to do that is just kind of partly the nostalgia for the original Vegeta voice and just them being brave enough to do it and clever enough to do it.
Yeah. Do we think it's bad enough to be in Yamcha though?
I mean Yamcha's the really rough stuff. And this has some redeeming qualities. They just didn't stick the landing. I
All
think
right, so
10's
Tien
good.
Shinhan. All right, final two, and I know the last one we're gonna have to talk a bunch about, but this one here. Do you have anything else to talk about Copy Vegeta? I mean, I didn't think.
Uh, No, I mean, other than it's cool to see them use Jocko and him not just be some kind of concept that came up shortly and went away. I like
He has
Jocko.
his own manga that Toriyama did, which
Mm-hmm.
I or
Jocko
maybe it's Tori.
Galactic Patrolman.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have it. It's actually pretty good. It's good. Like it's just good fun. Okay, so moving into the Future Trunks saga. Mage, I'll let you take this one.
I have mixed feelings about this one, partly because of the ending. I feel like the Spirit Sword seems really weird. Trunks has never even seen a spirit bomb. How does he, understand how innately to collect the life energy from the people? I feel like Goku Black's a really cool villain though, and I don't hate the time travel stuff as much as a lot of people do. I didn't find it that hard to follow. I mean, you know, it seems kind of hokey, but the way Dragon Ball time travels worked has always been kind of hokey, almost like Terminator rules. But uh, and Vegito Blue. I love Vegito. It's my favorite fusion. So Vegito Blue just going ham was great. I don't like that they shortened the time limit even more Or I mean, right? I mean, honestly, no. They introduced a time limit on a Patara fusion that was supposedly permanent, and kind of retcon the Patara fusion.
Well, yeah, they retroconned it is what
Yep,
they
they
basically, or they reimagined conned it. I think I don't know what the term. I heard somebody use a term before, but basically, yes, it's always been that way. No, they didn't know. It's like, and it's like, yes, if you're a god, it's permanent, but if you're a human, it's not. I was okay with the original concept. The theory was that the magic in Majin Buu's body separated them
hmm
because the magic of the Patara kind of canceled out the magic that was, whatever. So I was okay with that, but apparently they just wanted to do they just wanted to give them an easy out for another fusion.
Yeah, I mean, but somebody other than Goku got the win, so that's a big plus.
Yeah,
I mean, and your boy. I mean, it's your boy. He's on
I
the
was
shirt
I'll
and
say I'm
everything.
gonna get into it, so you let me know when you're done.
I think I'll let you take this one since I mean you're the bigger Trunks guy. I've always liked the future Trunks character and was glad they brought him back for this. But I'll let you take it away.
I literally cried tears of joy when Trunks killed Merge Zamasu. And then I literally raged in the next episode when the motherfucker came back.
Yep,
That part, what in, and I saw in the original Japanese, because at this point I was watching it weekly on what was it? I don't remember what I was watching it on.
Crunchyroll
Probably
or Verve.
Crunchyroll.
See, I was using Verve that accesses Crunchyroll.
It might have, yeah, I think it was Crunchyroll. But oh my god, the fight, like, I love, and I get it where you're like, yeah, he kind of pulled the spirit sword out of his ass. I understand that, but this saga, this saga, and you've read the manga too, right?
Not of this saga. I started at Moro. I didn't read any of
Okay.
the adaptations.
the the manga and the manga and this is probably the no, I can't say that because the tournament saga is pretty different too. The manga and the anime are so starkly different. They're almost unrecognizable arcs. I kid you not. Like, there are so many differences between the manga and the anime that it's, I think that this saga would benefit from a fusion of its own, where they go and rework it, where they take all the good of the manga and the good of the anime and put it together, because in the manga, not to spoil it for you, Trunks did not beat uh, Zamasu at all. Trunks was nerfed. Now Vegito showed up, but and then the whole ending changed. But Vegito was there for a hot minute, and he was only, but it wasn't anything major. So like there are so many things. Like, if I could go through, I honestly want to go through, and I would love to do a set. Like, I would love for you to read the Future Trunks saga, the manga, and then me go through with you and like piece together the perfect Future Trunks arc, like between manga and anime, and pull some of the anime out, pull some of the manga out, because there's bad in both. Don't get me wrong, but that ending was so perfect. I have like, and it's a W for someone other than Goku and even Vegeta. Even Vegeta doesn't even get W's at all. But still, like, it was a perfect ending to a saga. Like, it was Trunks' story and he finished it. You know what I mean? Like,
hmm
um there was just a lot of the side characters. I did not like that they kept on going back and forth through time. I didn't mind the time
Yeah,
travel, but like, and maybe them going back in time once and then going forward again, but like they did it three times. Even
and
Zamasu, even,
like in for stupid reasons, Goku forgets the Mafuba urn or
yeah, and
rice cooker.
and that's another thing. I love the return of the Mafuba, and then like they totally just, and this is one of the things that irritates me about Toriyama. I'm sorry, they were trying for a Toriyama gag and it just didn't work.
hmm
You can't do a Toriyama gag in something like this. I'm sorry, like, it tracks for Toriyama. I'm pretty sure it was in Toriyama's notes that they needed to do this. It happened in both the manga and the anime, so it was from Toriyama. because the Toriyama was writing notes to Toyotaro as well as um, Toei, so that that's what happened. Um, but I don't want. I could gush on this saga for a long time. Basically, I love this saga a ton. I know there's issues. I love the fact in the manga, and I know we're only talking about the anime, but I love in the manga that Goku Black goes Super Saiyan. He doesn't go to Rose. Like he goes to Rose eventually, but he actually figures out Super Saiyan by watching Goku. So then
It
one time when Goku and Black are fighting, he goes Super Saiyan, and then he figures out Rose.
that makes more sense than him just going straight to it.
Yeah, because basically Rose is a Super Saiyan Blue, but for a
Hmm.
corrupt god. Is basically what Rose is. Um, Excellent moments in this saga. Some of the fights were just phenomenal. The
Hmm.
fights where Goku and Trunks were teaming up were great. Um, the parts where Trunks is, oh god, what, they're just,
How
I
about Trunks and Gohan having ice cream?
yes,
Oh
I
my
did like
god.
that. I did. It's
No, I
good.
loved it.
I say it's good
That
filler.
was a good aw. I say it's not even filler. That's character
Yeah,
development.
no,
That
you're
you,
right.
I mean, more character development than you usually get out of a Dragon Ball story.
Yeah,
Because let's be serious, Toriyama's good at action and gags,
but not for the feely stuff.
not the feely stuff. He said it himself in an interview that he doesn't know how to write stuff like that. He doesn't know how to write a good love story.
And yet you have Trunks and Mai, which was a fantastic. I'm sorry, like I really love. I am very gutted at the end of this saga that Trunks and Mai did not stay.
I didn't like that at all.
And
It's
the way they sent them back was like, and I don't even want to talk about that universe ending end. I
yeah,
don't
no,
even want
that's
to talk.
just garbage.
It is garbage, and it's not even like I hate it so much.
That's we'll leave it at that then. It doesn't warrant discussion. It's so bad. It's
But
stupid and insulting.
I was really gutted that Trunks and Mai did not stay in the prime time. It's not like they could go back to theirs. So what
Right?
do? They send them back to a time just before Goku Black showed up, and now there's a two Trunks and two Mais. Like what? Like why? Just keep them here. Like it's so stupid. So I don't know. For me, with all that, I mean, I can, I want to put it at it's over 9,000, but I, we should. Well, for me, I will put it at Krillin. The only reason why I want to put it at it's over 9,000 is because of the ending. But I realize that there are many issues with it, especially the actual ending. You know, could you imagine Gohan and Trunks, like adult Trunks, training again? Like
Yes.
I mean, like them two, like that's literally what they could have done because you always have like Goten and like young Trunks together. Now you could have adult Trunks and Gohan as like a buddy pair, Goku and Vegeta. Like
No, sending them back and just the way they handled the ending period is the only thing that keeps me from wanting to put it at it's over 9,000. Otherwise, phenomenal arc, but they failed the landing so hard I can't put it there.
yeah, neither
Krillin.
can I. That's why I'm like I want to so bad, but it's like
Wish I could,
yeah,
because it's where it super did hit its stride here. But I mean, it really hit its
this
stride and was just going up from here. But just too men the small the few things that are bad about it are too bad to
yeah.
put it any higher.
Okay, so the universe survival saga. I don't want to talk. This is a long saga for
Hmm.
Super. This is a long saga. I know we could probably sit here and talk about each individual thing forever. So we probably shouldn't do that. But I want to pull a couple moments out of it for me that were amazing. The build up to the saga I thought was great filler. Gohan versus Goku again. Adult Gohan after he had unlocked his potential again, fighting Goku. That fight
Badass fight.
I loved it. That's another one that I teared up. I was like, I'm watching this and I'm like, Gohan is not fucking around. And like, like that, the moment where Gohan's like, take this seriously, dad. He said, give me everything. and then Goku tries to, and then Gohan says, "No, give me everything," and I'm like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. Like I'm like, oh my god, I love this Gohan. Like this is the Gohan I want. Sorry, I
Yep,
get passionate about Dragon Ball.
that's the same here. It's like it's why the people should believe what we're saying. We
Yeah.
love this crap and we know our stuff.
hmm the other part, Skinny Boo, I thought was great. I wish they would have kept it.
Mm-hmm. Wish they would have too.
I didn't.
I was
Oh, go ahead.
I was so disappointed and mistrustful of them including Frieza in the Tournament of Power at first, but then as soon as they hit the recruitment episode for him, that episode that episode is just so great.
hmm
I mean, especially now, have you ever noticed Goku does this fight choreography by himself on the courtyard?
Yep, and I know where you're going with this. I've heard of it. Yes,
Yes,
it's
it
an exact replica
replica.
of his fight with his grandpa Gohan in that exact spot.
Yes,
I did
and
not realize that at first. I didn't notice it until somebody had said it. Like, but yeah, I mean, and it's a very feel good. Like that whole string of episodes with Frieza is really good. That from their
mhm.
conversations in Hell all the way to like even when Frieza first comes back and he just gut checks Goku when he walks. Yeah,
Hand slipped, and
yeah. I'm
then
like,
just a
oh
little
my.
bit later, Goku does the same thing. Oh, mine too.
Yeah. I mean, the Goku thing was okay, but that was just an excellent Frieza moment. You know what I mean? Like, I was just
Oh
like,
no,
oh,
just
this is
this
if this
is
is what we're getting, I am in love with this
and then
idea.
they gave us quality Frieza stuff from beginning all the way to the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Frieza being involved in the win, the fact that it's not just Goku win, the fact that the literal last man standing was 17, who was great when they brought him back, even though me being mistrustful of that at first too. It just they had him grow. I don't know how he got so much more powerful than when he fought Piccolo, but
I mean, apparently, the androids, since they were people, like since they were, they were people before.
they can
Technically, they
train.
can, yeah, they can train and get stronger. Is basically what they said. So I guess he was
But
training.
yeah, but they've also said things before that, well, Goku and Vegeta are saying, our bodies can't get any stronger. We have to hone our minds and increase our chi to be stronger at this
Yeah,
point.
that's not. They're gonna keep getting stronger. I mean, when they first said that, I'm like, that's bullshit. They're not gonna. They're not gonna stop getting
Well,
stronger.
I have a whole head canon that we're too deep into this video for me to go into, but we can talk about it some other
I
time.
love those topical videos we do.
Oh yeah.
Um, I loved. I hate. I'm gonna bring up something that I hated: the way they treated Gohan and Piccolo in the actual
Yes,
tournament.
did them so dirty after all that hype. They built them up so much. They even had them get put over by standing up and to Goku and Ten Shinhan in the tag team fight. It's you know where
Bad
were the
booking, as we.
combination bad booking indeed. Where were the combination techniques that everybody talked about and some people, we saw some of in the build up episodes, but then they never followed through with that concept or plan in the actual tournament. I feel
Yeah,
like the build up parts are the better part of the universe survival arc, and the actual tournament is the weaker part, and mostly because of Jiren.
yeah. Well, and the other thing is like they totally nerfed Gohan as a leader. Like
Yes,
nobody, and I
listen to
understand
him.
like Frieza not listening to him, but it's like at the very beginning of the tournament, Goku fucks off, Vegeta fucks off, Frieza fucks off. It's like
Goku told him to, he made him the captain. Why did he make him captain if he wasn't going to listen to the plan?
yeah. Like that's why I was like, come on. I almost wish that Goku and Vegeta would have been disqualified from this tournament. And that's why I'm saying like I kind of wish Trunks would have stuck around because then you put Trunks in there and then you also have Boo and Frieza in there. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
so then that's your team and basically Whis
exclude the
says
ones with god powers.
yeah, so like basically says no, since you guys are training with God power, you cannot be involved in this tournament just like Topo. I think Topo should not have been allowed in that tournament because he was training as a god of destruction. So I no, but I that's what I'm saying. I'm like I almost wish now Goku and Vegeta could have been there sitting in the stands. You
Let
know,
them
like
be the peanut gallery for once instead of the usual peanut gallery we always have, giving
yeah,
us
but
the
then you would have
play-by-play.
Goku, you would have Gohan trying to lead this team, and I'll tell you what, in the manga, and I know we're not supposed to compare outside of the anime, but it's like, and I've been breaking that rule the entire time. But the good, at least the way Gohan went out in the manga fighting Kefla, that whole fight with Kefla in the anime, Gohan did that. Like that was Gohan uh in the manga, and
Okay.
Gohan and Kefla eliminated each other in the manga.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and read the manga from the beginning once I get caught up in current, which I'm almost there. I'm in granola.
Yeah.
I'm in the granola arc.
But yeah, I just the way they did, and they did Piccolo like severely dirty.
Mm-hmm.
They did him super dirty, and then Gohan, as I said, he lasted down to the final five, and I think he was five from the end to be eliminated. I think he eliminated himself with what was the Beerus lookalike? I can't remember his name. He was one of the uh Universe 10 fighters, one of the hero guys.
So many names to remember in that
I don't
arc
know.
that I can't remember them
He looked
all.
like the Trix Rabbit of Beerus's, but still, like,
Dispo?
yeah, Dispo. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, just the way they chumped him out. As I said, I love Gohan, adult Gohan. I don't know why they keep on like nerfing him like this. You know what I mean? Like and I mean with
He
the movie.
taps
Go
one
ahead.
step forward, two steps back.
Yeah, it always is. And it's like, for the love of God, you guys, like, just do something right by him. Okay, so all that being said, I just wanted to pull a couple moments out. Yes, Ultra Instinct is cool. Yes, Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue evolution is cool, in my opinion. I about teared up when that happened too. Um, the ending, oh my God. Okay, so let's talk about this and then we can rate it unless you've got more to bring up. The ending though, like that last episode
Yes, I
stint.
was so hyped, dude. Just jumping up, cheering, screaming so loud. The upstairs neighbors had to be so mad.
Yeah, like that just I mean the first part of the episode where it's 17 and Frieza kind of doing their thing and then Goku comes in and then it's like Goku and Frieza freaking teaming up
Up.
to beat Jiren, and the animation was so fucking amazing.
Man, that blinking in and out of Super Saiyan at the very end. He can't
Yes.
even fully stay Super Saiyan, but he's trying to just, oh my lord. Do it now! Throw me!
Yeah. He's like, throw me now. He's like, oh yeah. And then I love it when people lost their mind because the in the English dub they put Goku screaming alley oop, and he actually didn't say anything like that in the. But I'm like, that's such a Goku thing. Like
Yep.
to me it was like everybody lost their mind that they added that in there and it wasn't actually a part of it. Like, oh, Goku didn't say alley oop in the Japanese. I'm like, yeah, but it's Goku. Like he would say something stupid like that, you know?
It's very as much as Funimation has gotten very good about being very loyal to the original script, they have never backtracked on any of the things that Schimmel inserted into the character of Goku that make the English Goku so likable. And
Yeah.
said Schimmel has made a point of adding in what he's come to understand about the original intent of Toriyama about Goku's character with those things that he set up, starting all those years ago. And, it just makes that's why it's not jarring to hear him today. Even though the scripts are slightly different, it's not jarring. It still feels kind of consistent with the way he's been since day one when he was the one that voiced Goku stepping off onto planet Namek.
Yeah. So, okay, so and just overall in general, I really like the idea of a battle royal tournament, and not like
Yes.
a 5-person battle royal tournament. If this would have been like a one person from each universe on a battlefield, kind of like the world tournament arc, how it turned out, like with 5 people in the ring doing a battle royal. No, I like the fact that this was like, hey, this is a royal rumble. and
Hmm.
Royal Rumble. And as I said, we like crossing wrestling references with Dragon Ball references. This was the Royal Rumble of Dragon Ball. So, and you know, I love the fact that at the end that they were putting over a mid carder
It's
like
the
17.
god. Yes, it's the godly rumble.
Hmm. So, there were so many ups and downs in this season. I feel like I don't know, the ending stuck. Most, as I said, they did do some characters dirty, but and a lot of people would say the saga's too long, but I didn't feel it. I did not feel like this saga ran too long. Even when you have the pre-tournament saga stuff
No,
all the way up through, I really, really want to put this at it's over 9,000 because they stuck the landing. They didn't do the typical Goku wins, you know, technically 17 won. They did
hmm
the bait and switch and they brought Frieza in. They, you know, the pre-buildup was so eloquently done, in my opinion. The only thing they screwed over was Fat Boo, but I mean, that's just nothing's new there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
hmm
okay with Fat Boo. I don't necessarily need him, but it's like, you know, his character falling asleep is kind of becoming a big trope.
yeah, that
Um,
no. I mean, but I mean, having him at the actual tournament would have been unfair. As most of his moves are hacks, and you would have
yeah,
been
well,
pissed if
that's true too.
Gohan didn't say turn all of them into chocolate now.
That would have
Toss
been funny.
pieces of chocolate off of the arena. Yay!
Yeah.
Universe 7 wins.
And I say I keep bringing shit up, and it's so bad because we're running really late on this
Whoa,
one.
yeah.
Um, the Roshi stuff in the middle with Goku and with Vegeta, and
Now this is where you mean that when Muten Roshi almost died, dude.
yeah,
I cried, and then he lived through it, and even the second, third watch, man, that just either dub, you know, Schimmel going old man, or Nazawa with the Ochi-chan. It's just oh my god, dude.
and
I
yeah, and then that last fight at the end with him like with Vegeta and like Roshi realizing he messed up and he got serious and you know and like him like basically just sacrifice not sacrificing, but you know, like sacrificing his remaining power to get Vegeta out because he knew
Mhm.
Vegeta was far more useful in the tournament than he was, but he was still trying to fix a mistake that he made. And the
Yeah,
way he did it was just amazing. In the manga, they reveal that Master Roshi has like not a dumbed down, but like a light version of Ultra Instinct, and that's how he's able to keep up with all these people. I don't
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, like it's not actual Ultra Instinct, but it's like it's a version of it because I think he faces off against Jiren and like he's able to dodge Jiren's attack even though Jiren's like so much more like so much faster than him. So like he even though he can't lay any hits on Jiren, he still can avoid the shots.
The
So
manga does a better job of selling the value of wisdom and experience, it sounds
it
like.
definitely does. But no, those episodes with Roshi, like I think there was what 2 or 3 episodes worth of
Of
good
him being the
Roshi.
star, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Um yeah, that was another standout for me. Um
So many standout moments.
And a lot
Goku
of them aren't like
grinding a fucking beam blast with a Kamehameha.
yeah,
I mean, come on. I say it's over 9,000.
okay.
Good solid beginning and end. That's what a story needs, solid beginning and
And
end.
I mean, it was
Middle
really
can
oh,
middle
go ahead.
can be middle can be lesser quality as long as you stick the beginning and the landing.
So, everyone, this is our list. I mean, we honestly we have a pretty diverse list here. A lot of Dragon Ball, a lot of in every spot, a lot of Dragon Ball Z in every spot. Um, I don't know, Mage, how do you think our list turned out? I mean, you
I
know, in the beginning we had it was very top heavy, but
It
as we kind of got
was.
later,
I mean, I feel like we've brought up an argument for each arc's placement. I think that they're where they need to be. I would love to hear differing thoughts in the comments
oh,
from our
absolutely.
viewers. I mean,
Tell us
please
why we're
join.
wrong.
Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us not just where we agree, but I feel like you know, will have made sense to most of our viewers.
Yeah,
They'll
even if
see
they
where we're
don't
coming
agree
from.
with us, I feel like we've at least pleaded our case well enough that they get where
Yes,
we're coming from.
exactly.
So, with that all being said, Mage, thank you. So, you've been with me throughout this whole tier list breakdown. All what 4 parts now, 5 parts?
I
Who
believe
knows how
so.
many
Yeah.
parts this is? Um, but yeah, I really appreciate you trudging this out with me. I'd also like to thank Bearded Man Thing who did Dragon Ball Z with the 2 parts of Dragon Ball Z with us. I know he's not here with us for this one, but that was a long one too. So
Hmm.
yeah, definitely we definitely want to keep making more Dragon Ball content on this channel. I'm actually going to get rid of this. We definitely want to make more Dragon Ball content on this channel. It's just a matter of in between all the reviews and everything about us actually getting time to do it. And so we try to do the best, but we, as you can tell, we love talking about Dragon Ball. If you have any ideas of or any questions or anything you want to put down in the
Yes,
comments, like,
please.
hey, what are your thoughts on Gohan being being Yamcha's, or being Yamcha's son? Actually, we could talk about that probably for a good 15-20 minutes. I imagine. So just leave any of your questions, what ifs, what our thoughts are on down below. We would greatly appreciate it. We would love to talk about any of that. Majo Rage, again, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for
Um,
having me. Pleasure as always.
this was extremely fun, and I can't wait to do more of this. I can't wait to do some saga breakdowns. I would love to do some of those with you, if we get the time and availability, which always seems to be our thing. So, but yeah, so everybody, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Catch you later.